Of course, now let's move to our discussion for today. Pelumi Nubi is a UK-based Nigerian traveler who has been traveling solo on a road trip from London to Lagos, Nigeria. She's a travel content creator who has already visited 80 countries before this trip, and she joins us via Zoom to have this discussion. And of course, she is in Benin Republic. Pelumi, how are you doing? If you can hear me, how is Benin Republic this morning, and how has the trip been so far? Pelumi, we seem not to hear you. Can you unmute yourself? The link there.
Not
Can
me
you unmute
muting myself.
Oh,
Sorry
good,
about
good. We
that.
can hear you right now. So, how's the
I'll
trip
say
been?
that
How is
it's been
Lubi?
amazing. It's been amazing. Lumi is pushing through. I've taken her through many, many miles. She's designed as a city sprinter. So, 1 hour and the less journey, but she's been traveling for hours on end. So I think she's a little bit weary, but we are pushing through.
Okay, so at this point now, you are in Benin Republic. How has the trip been so far? You've had some serious challenges over the course of this trip. How has it been for you?
It's been incredible, to be honest. The highs have been really high and the lows have been low, just like life. I think travel reflects life so beautifully. Just, the more, sometimes you have challenges, sometimes you have a great time. So it's been an amazing experience. It's something that cannot be bought with money. The memories, the life experience, the cultural immersion, the learning, it's been amazing.
What would you say has been the highest and the lowest point of this trip for you?
So the high is definitely just knowing that you can, have an idea and put it to action and actually get something out of it in terms of this is something that is quite audacious, it's quite daring, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and inviting other people to do the same. So seeing the community that's been built out of it, it was a solo adventure, but on Instagram, for example, we grew from 12,000 to almost 200 and something thousand. So the growth of the E family, like I love to call them, has been immense, and just feel like, I'm doing this journey with other people. And on the road itself, it's just been amazing, meeting people from different cultures, learning about them, trying new food, and just what travel is about, the way it teaches us life lessons in so many ways. The lows have just been, the fact I'm doing this by myself. Trips like these, they tend to come with a team, chef, cook, logistic person, all of that thing. But with this, I had to wear many hats by myself. Loneliness, I've been on the road for more than 2 months. And just the general, well-being of one, I was in a car accident in Ivory Coast, so that was a scary moment. Issues with the borders, as an African traveler, was something I also highlighted as a low point in the trip. But the overall general trip, there were more highs than lows.
Okay, tell us, why did you decide to do this?
I have many reasons for deciding to do this. The first being that, I wanted to step out of my comfort zone. I wanted to show people that, especially as a solo Black female traveler, you can be audacious, you can do, really brave things. And I realized that in the overland community, there wasn't seem to be, enough representation, people that look like me doing things like this. And I wanted to change that. I was trying to connect to places that I consider home. I was born in Lagos, Nigeria, and I grew up in London. So I was, these West African countries, I didn't really know much about it. So it was quite nice to slowly drive to them, meet new people, but also showcasing our continent to us was very, very important.
But how did you gather the money for this trip? Because, it sounds like it was, or rather is, an expensive trip.
It's absolutely an expensive trip. I have a sponsor. Their name is Osprey. Amazing, amazing company. They do great backpack and they inspire adventure. So they came on board to be a sponsor for this trip. So that was great. But this trip took over a year of planning. So for that, I was able to save towards it because I knew it wasn't going to be cheap.
All right, so Pelumi, finally, before we let you go, you're coming to Nigeria tomorrow. We are expecting you.
So
yes. Are you excited to come back home?
Oh my gosh. I tell people, like, when I was driving, away from London and I was seeing my rear mirror, my home going smaller and smaller, I thought that was the peak of my excitement. But as the final few days have come, it's just, the excitement has gone bigger and bigger, and it's just been incredible. Like, I am so delighted. It's a homecoming, it's going to be at the University of Lagos at noon. Please be there. It's going to be amazing. Music, sound, the way Nigerians love to do it. It's going to be brilliant.
All right, Pelumi, we hope to see you tomorrow. I will be there, definitely. I'm sure Banker will be there as well to welcome you tomorrow. So we will say, of course, we expect you in the studio quite soon, immediately you get into Nigeria.
Absolutely. It's been great talking and touching base with you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much for talking to us. Safe trip. All right, of course, now let's move to our discussion for today.